Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is another video in the series of rules to deal with narcissistic people, and this is rule 6. Guard your attention like your life depends on it. You need to guard your attention around narcissistic people. Narcissistic people tend to feel entitled to your attention, entitled to your reactions. They are more than willing to exploit your emotions to gain a reaction from you that best serves the narcissist. You need to guard your attention. You need to guard your opinions. You need to guard your emotions when dealing with narcissistic people, because they will use these as leverage against you to get what they want from you. Narcissistic people can be some of the most infuriating people to be around because they lack the empathy to see your point of view. They lack the willingness to care about how their behaviour affects you. They're looking to exploit you any way they can to get their needs met. So you need to find a way to protect yourself from their negativity, protect yourself from their baiting by guarding your attention. Because if you do not guard your attention around a narcissistic person, where your attention goes, your energy flows, and they are going to take you down that rabbit hole so deep that you're stuck in the dark, you're stuck in the fog, you cannot see what is happening to you. So you need to pay close attention to what they are doing so you don't follow them into their negative emotions, so that you don't follow them into the baiting that they are delivering you to gain that reaction that they need from you. You need to guard your attention to avoid that emotional pain from them, to avoid that psychological pain from them, and in some cases to avoid physical pain from them. You need to keep yourself safe. Guarding your attention is to protect yourself, and one way to do this is by recognizing the game the narcissist is throwing your way and not playing into their hands. Learning to control your thoughts and your feelings so that they no longer can control them for you to get what they want from you. Don't pay attention to their game. We can often be led to believe that by defending ourselves to them, by explaining ourselves to them, by rationalizing and justifying ourselves to them, they're going to see our point of view. They're not going to see our point of view. They're not wired up that way. What they are going to do is see this as what they can use to get to you, to gain that attention from you. And because they're getting that attention from you, they then believe that you care about them because you're supplying them with the attention that they're wanting at that given moment in time. If they didn't want that attention, they wouldn't be playing those games. Don't listen to what they are saying when they are intimidating you, when they are provoking you. Do not listen to what they're saying. They're going to use the things you care about the most against you because these are the things that you will most passionately defend. This says more about who they are as a person, their insecurities, the fact that they're willing to hurt you in that way to get at you, to get one over on you, says more about who they are as a person than it will you. When it's face-to-face combat with a narcissist, do not look at them. Do not make eye contact. Just look over their left ear or over their right ear. So it almost looks like you're looking at them, but you're not looking into their eyes. Do not make eye contact. Do not listen to the toxic things that are coming out of their mouth. Take your mind elsewhere. See the conversation as a reason to why you need to distance yourself from them. This is exactly what they're like. They're always going to be hurtful towards me. They're going to be toxic towards me. If someone cared about me, they would not be speaking to me in this way. This is exactly why I need to distance myself from them. Keep your thought thought process going on what will help you and not what they are saying to you. Take your mind elsewhere. Nod at them if you need to. Smile. Go okay if you need to, but take your mind elsewhere. Perhaps not say okay in case you say okay to the wrong thing. Just sort of look like, but take your mind elsewhere. Recognize when they're provoking you, when they're baiting you, when they're goading you, when they're insulting you. Recognize that's what they are doing to you to gain that reaction from you, and do not give that reaction. Even if it pulls on your emotions, step away and deal with your emotions when you are not around them. Do not give them what they want. When they're intimidating you, you might need to go to the police when they're intimidating you. When they are intimidating you, recognize the threat that they are delivering you and find a safe way out of that situation. Focus your attention on getting out of this situation and not on the situation you are in. When they're talking in circles, when they keep bringing it back to something that's going to upset you, recognize what they are doing and leave them to talk to themselves. When you need important information from them, and this can be extremely frustrating because it can be information, medical information that you need. It might be permission that you need to get medical attention for your children. It might be important documentation you need. It might be bank details or financial information that you need, but important documents, important information that you need that a narcissist is simply not going to give to you. They're not going to give you that answer. And they're not giving you that answer because they know they are getting to you. Stop asking them things that they are not answering to, and find what you can do to get the information you need by going around the narcissist. If you need to take it to court, take it to court. Don't inform them that if you don't tell me, I'm going to take you to court. This gives them a hint of what's going to happen so they can prepare themselves. Don't let them know this. Ask once for the information you need. If they're not willing to give it to you, find another way to get it, but don't keep asking them because they then count themselves as important and special. They don't see that they're being awkward and they're frustrating you. If they do, it's because they want to get at you. When they're accusing you of things, when they're coming at you with unjust accusations, recognize the accusation they are firing at you, and recognize that 9 times out of 10, when it comes to a narcissistic person, the very thing they are accusing you of is a confession of what they have done to you, or what they have done to those around you, or what they are thinking of doing to you. When they derail you, when they come at you with their selective memory, when they claim that they never said that, believe them and leave them to it. Don't listen to the promises of people who always forget the promises that they made to you. Recognize that they make these promises to get their needs met in the present, and then once their needs are met, they've got that selective memory and they're not interested. So when they're promising you something, guard your attention. Recognize this is just a game. They're promising me this because they want that. Do I want to do that? Actually, I don't mind, so I will. No, I do not want to do that, so I'm not going to, because as soon as I've done that, you're going to forget the promise you made to me. Do not play into their games, because with a narcissist, it's all manipulative gameplay. When they go on the diversion, when they take you onto a whole new topic of conversation, and you might keep bringing it back to the original topic, the original point, and they're going to divert you onto something else, and no matter how many times you bring it onto the original point, they're going to divert you onto something else. Recognize what they're doing. Recognize no matter how much you bring up the original point, they are unable or unwilling to discuss that, and leave them to it. As frustrating as this can be, it's going to frustrate you more, trying to get closure, trying to get an answer, trying to get to the bottom of a situation, trying to get a solution, trying to reach a compromise is going to frustrate you more than it is guarding your attention, recognizing their behavior and leaving them to it. The sooner you leave a narcissist alone, the clearer, the healthier and the happier your life will become. When a narcissist starts deflecting the conversation back onto you, when they start accusing you of being forgetful, accusing you of not doing something for them, blaming you, claiming that if you hadn't have done something, recognize that this is them avoiding taking responsibility for their own behavior. And just because you can hold yourself accountable for your own behavior doesn't mean you should hold yourself accountable for their behavior. Their behavior is on them. Your behavior is on you. Now, we can be provoked into reacting, and when we are emotionally drained, when we are sleep deprived, it's very easy to become emotionally reactive. However, when we can recognize we don't like how we are behaving around a certain person, we need to learn to distance ourselves from that person, because a narcissist will try to bring out the worst in you so that they can play the victim and guilt trip you into doing for them what they originally wanted you to do, that you didn't want to do. A narcissist might triangulate. They might bring a third person into the situation. They might justify something by saying, well, so-and-so is doing it. It doesn't matter whether so-and-so is doing it. If you don't approve, that is your personal values, your personal beliefs. If they cannot respect who you are as a person, you need to distance yourself from that person, because most likely you respect who they are as a person. And it's a two-way street. If they're not willing to adapt to that two-way street, then you need to distance yourself from them. Or if they claim that your brother or sister would do something for them, if it's a narcissistic parent, then tell them to go and ask your brother and sister. If they claim their ex would do something, recognize they're trying to provoke that insecurity within you, and that is on them, not you. You do not want to be around people who are trying to provoke insecurities within you. There's enough in the world to be insecure about without the people who claim to care about you provoking insecurities within you. They might fall silent on you. If someone wants to fall silent on you, respect their silence and leave them to it, and focus on you. Focus on the things that you enjoy doing. Take your attention away from them being silent. You might want to say, I'm here if you want to talk to me, and then leave them to it. The more you chase them, the more they believe they're getting to you, the more they believe you care. You're allowed to care, but care by recognizing that they want to be silent and leave them to it. They might start smearing your name. When a narcissist can no longer control you, they're going to go all out to control how other people see you. They're going to discredit your character. They're going to ruin your reputation any way they can. And it's very, very easy to want to defend ourselves. When people are being offensive towards us, it's very easy to defend ourselves. However, more often than not, with a narcissistic person, they've set the game, they've set the stage. So no matter how we defend ourselves to them, it plays straight into their hands and straight into the stories they're telling others about us. The best way to handle a smear campaign is don't. Leave them to it. Let them say whatever they want to say and prove to people by our actions that we are not what they are saying about us. Those who want to believe the narcissist, they're better off with the narcissist, and we're better off stepping away from those people. If you need to discuss something with a narcissistic person, state your point and state it once only. If they're going to go through their manipulation tactics, do not continue the conversation. Don't defend yourself to them. Don't justify yourself to them. Do not explain yourself to them. The more you explain something to a narcissist, the more they will use that explanation against you to hurt you. Don't personalize it. Don't take it personally. When they're insulting you, that is on them. That says more about their character than it ever will yours. When they're gossiping about people, that is on them. That says more about their character than it will those they are gossiping about. Disengage from the conversation. Disengage from the situation. Guard your attention. Guard your thoughts. Guard your feelings. like your life depends on it when around narcissistic people, because if you don't, a narcissist will go all out to take control of your thoughts and feelings, to use them for their advantage. So always guard who you are as a person around who they are as a person, because if you don't, they're going to pull you into that negativity, they're going to draw you into their games, and they're going to leave you wondering what on earth just happened to you. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help on understanding narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.